In the shadow of retreating glaciers, Toronto's epic tale begins. Picture a world where mammoths roam and early humans carve out existence in a landscape freshly sculpted by ice. This is no ordinary origin story. It's a 13,000-year saga of transformation from the edge of an ice age to the heart of a global metropolis. Stand with us on the shores of ancient Lake Iroquois, where the air crackles with possibility. Here, amid a raw, newly birthed wilderness, the first chapters of an extraordinary city are written in footprints, stone tools, and the very bones of the earth. From mammoth hunters to skyscraper builders, from indigenous trade routes to world-spanning highways of commerce, Toronto's story is one of relentless reinvention. Prepare for a journey where every street corner holds secrets, where rebel mayors and visionary dreamers collide, and where the echoes of ancient footsteps mingle with the pulse of a modern metropolis. This is Toronto, a city where history is not just remembered, but lived. If this video inspires you, hit like, share and subscribe, then add a comment on which city you want us to explore next for more adventures around the world. Indigenous presence and early trade. By 1300 CE, the Iroquoian-speaking Huron-Wendat people had established settlements in the Toronto area, utilising the region as a vital hunting ground and trade route. The Toronto Passage, a north-south pathway connecting Lake Ontario to Lake Simcoe and beyond, was crucial for trade and communication among Indigenous groups. These Indigenous nations, including the Anishinaabe peoples and Mississaugas who arrived from the north, developed complex social structures, agricultural practices and spiritual beliefs deeply connected to the land. They created intricate trade networks spanning across North America, exchanging goods such as copper and shells. However, the arrival of European goods in the 1600s dramatically altered Indigenous life. Epidemics caused by foreign diseases devastated local populations, while the fur trade intensified conflicts between various groups, particularly the Huron-Wendat and the Haudenosaunee Iroquois Confederacy. By the late 1600s, the Haudenosaunee had gained control of the region, reshaping its indigenous landscape. European exploration. French explorer Etienne Brulé allegedly visited the Toronto region in 1615, sparking French interest in the area for its strategic fur trade position. By the mid-1600s, European missionaries and traders frequented indigenous settlements. The French established Fort Deauville in 1720 to compete with British trade, but abandoned their posts after losing the 7 Years' War in 1763. Jesuit missionaries attempted to convert indigenous peoples, while the fur trade and European diseases dramatically altered indigenous societies and populations, reshaping the region's demographic landscape. British control and Loyalist migration. The Treaty of Paris in 1763, following Britain's victory in the 7 Years' War, transferred control of present-day Toronto to the British, marking a significant shift in the region's political landscape. This change was further amplified by the American Revolutionary War, 1775 to 1783, which triggered a migration of Loyalist colonists to Upper Canada. These newcomers, including both free and enslaved black individuals, sought safety and stability under British rule, contributing to the early diversity of the region. The influx of Loyalists brought both opportunities and challenges. While they stimulated economic growth by introducing new agricultural techniques, trades, and cultural practices, their arrival also increased tensions over land ownership. In 1787, British authorities negotiated the Toronto Purchase with the Mississaugas, though disputes over this agreement persisted until a revised treaty in 1805. Many Loyalists received land grants from the British Crown, leading to the establishment of new settlements and farms. These settlers brought a vision for structured urban development, political stability, and moderate values, collectively shaping Toronto's early identity. This period of British control and Loyalist migration laid the crucial foundation for Toronto's future growth, setting the stage for its evolution into the diverse, economically vibrant city it would become. Toronto's growth and early challenges. Toronto today stands as a thriving global metropolis, renowned for its diversity, economic power, and cultural vibrancy. Leading in finance, technology, and innovation, it attracts global talent and investment. The city's multicultural identity is reflected in its internationally recognized food scene and ongoing urban transformations, such as the waterfront revitalization project. Toronto is addressing global challenges like climate change while facing local issues of housing affordability and transportation. Despite these challenges, the city's history of innovation and adaptation instills confidence in its future. Moving forward with respect for its past and an optimistic outlook, Toronto continues to evolve, guided by inclusivity, progress, and sustainability. From Ice Age origins to multicultural hub, Toronto faces 21st century challenges with the strength of its diverse population and adaptive history. 19th century development. The 19th century marked Toronto's transformation from a small town to a bustling city, characterized by both progress and challenges. Advancements in infrastructure such as Gas Street lighting, 1841, and Union Station, 1858, along with the arrival of the railway in the 1850s, spurred growth and industrial development. However, the city faced hardships including a typhus epidemic, 1847, and the Cathedral Fire, 1849, which led to urban renewal and stricter building codes. Political unrest, exemplified by the failed Concur Rebellion, highlighted social divisions. Despite these obstacles, Toronto's economy flourished, with strong manufacturing, publishing, and finance sectors emerging, including the establishment of the Toronto Stock Exchange in 1852. The city's population surged from 9,000 in 1834 to over 200,000 by 1900, setting the stage for Toronto's emergence as a major Canadian metropolis. This period of rapid growth, technological advancement, and economic diversification, alongside significant challenges, laid the foundation for the modern city we know today. 20th century transformation. Toronto entered the 20th century as a rapidly expanding metropolis, facing both challenges and opportunities. The Great Fire of 1904, while devastating, led to a more structured and modernized city layout. Key infrastructure developments, such as the Prince Edward Viaduct, 1918, facilitated growth and improved transportation. Toronto emerged as a centre for scientific innovation, exemplified by the discovery of insulin in 1923. The early 20th century saw significant social and cultural developments, including the rise of labour movements and the establishment of major cultural institutions. The city's population became increasingly diverse with new waves of immigrants. World War II transformed Toronto into a key industrial and military centre, bringing economic growth and technological advancements. These developments laid the groundwork for Toronto's evolution from a provincial capital to a major North American city, characterized by economic strength, cultural diversity, and scientific achievements. Post-World War boom. The post-World War II era brought unprecedented growth and transformation to Toronto. As the population surpassed 1 million, immigrants from diverse backgrounds reshaped the city's cultural landscape, leading to the emergence of ethnic neighborhoods and events like the Carabana Festival. This rapid growth presented challenges, exemplified by Hurricane Hazel in 1954, prompting ambitious infrastructure projects and the creation of metropolitan Toronto. The 1960s and 1970s saw significant urban renewal, including the construction of new City Hall and modernist skyscrapers. Cultural institutions like the Ontario Science Centre and Ontario Place enhanced the city's offerings. Toronto's reputation for diversity grew as it welcomed American draft dodgers during the Vietnam War. This period marked Toronto's evolution from a provincial capital to a major metropolitan centre, setting the stage for its emergence as a global city. Financial and cultural growth. By the 1970s, Toronto had become Canada's financial capital, with major banks and corporations relocating their headquarters to the city. The skyline transformed dramatically, symbolised by the CN Tower's construction in 1976. Toronto's cultural scene flourished, highlighted by the establishment of the Toronto International Film Festival and the revitalisation of the Distillery District. The 1980s and 1990s saw Toronto emerge as a significant centre for arts, culture and technology. However, Economic downturns in the 1990s led to challenges, including the controversial 1998 amalgamation of Toronto with surrounding municipalities. Despite these hurdles, Toronto continued to grow as a global city, hosting major events like the G20 summit in 2010. This period marked Toronto's evolution from a national financial centre to a global cultural and economic hub, demonstrating its ability to adapt and innovate in the face of change. Present and future. Toronto today stands as a thriving global metropolis, renowned for its diversity, economic power, and cultural vibrancy. In the 21st century, it continues to lead in finance, technology, and innovation, attracting global talent and investment. The city's multicultural population shapes its identity, reflected in its internationally recognized food scene. Toronto is actively transforming its urban landscape, exemplified by the ambitious waterfront revitalization project. It's also taking a leading role in addressing global challenges, particularly climate change. Despite facing issues like housing affordability and transportation infrastructure, Toronto's history of innovation and adaptation instills confidence in its ability to overcome obstacles. As the city moves forward, it does so with respect for its history and an optimistic outlook, guided by values of inclusivity, progress, and sustainability. From its Ice Age origins to its current status as a multicultural hub, Toronto's story continues to unfold, facing 21st century challenges with the strength of its diverse population and long history of adaptation. Toronto's ancient trails became bustling streets, then subway lines. Indigenous trading posts transformed into skyscrapers that now backdrop Instagram stories. Fires and floods reshaped neighborhoods, but never the spirit of 6 million souls who rebuild atop 13,000 years of layered history, glacial deposits, fur trade beads, and the dreams of those who refuse to be forgotten. This city thrives because its people remember the mammoth hunts of Paleo-Indians, the clash of British and French empires, the echoes of immigrant voices in Kensington Market. Now it's your turn. Comment below. Would you brave the icy shores of ancient Lake Iroquois or sip craft beer in the distillery district's cobblestone alleys? Share this saga with fellow history enthusiasts. And remember, every view honours the past. Every like fuels our next journey through time where nations rise and fall. But Toronto outlives them all. Got your own favourite Toronto moments or an idea for which city to explore next? Share them in the comments. And if this video inspires you, hit like, share and subscribe for more urban adventures through time. See you in the next chapter of history.